1. The Meeting. Jessica Strange, recently a special diplomatic liaison and an ex-detective in the Tacoma Pacific Coast, Washington Police Department, was sitting alone in a bar outside the cordoned downtown area. "It's been a month since the event," a television reporter for a national news station was saying, "and the CDC is no closer to the cause than it was that horrendous day in which millions died in the Pacific Coast states." "Why doesn't that surprise me?" Jessica grumbled, but no one in the noisy bar heard her. She finished the shot of Jack Daniels she'd previously poured. The back of her hand rubbed across her mouth to keep herself together. She grabbed the half-empty bottle and poured herself another. To add a historical perspective, in the mid-2020s, the western parts of Washington and Oregon were trending to be bastions of extreme liberalism, while the eastern parts of those states were trending towards being more conservative. The conservative sides, feeling that they no longer had a voice, divided the two states from north to south down the Cascade Mountain Ranges crests. The areas west of the line became commonly known as Pacific Coast Washington, or PC Washington, and Pacific Coast Oregon, or PC Oregon. Californians, also being extremely liberal west of the mountains, divided their state evenly from Mount Shasta in the north to just east of Sacramento, and down to the midpoint between Chula Vista, California, and Yuma, Arizona, with the same PC designations, a few years later. These three states tended to be more politically correct since the 1990s. Those living on the eastern part of the states now called the western side PC for politically correct. Jessica was only half listening as she sipped her JD. "A month, and no one can tell me anything," she thought. "I can't get into the PD because they haven't cleared it of all the bodies. Damned feds." She could feel the tears welling as she thought of Irving Strange, her late husband, and Captain Trooper, her boss, friend, and father figure. She gulped another shot to try to wash the thoughts of them out of her mind. "You better go easy on that stuff," a male voice said. When Jessica looked up, she saw a tall, well-dressed, insufferable federal agent wearing sunglasses inside the darkened bar. She knew him only as John Smith. "Mind if I sit?" Smith asked as he slid the chair out from the table before sitting. "If you must," Jessica replied with as much surliness as she could muster. "What do you want?" "You called this meeting." She leaned back, draping her right arm over the back of the chair next to the one on which she was sitting. Smith sat and pulled something from a pocket. "I thought you might want this," he said as he slid a cell phone across the table. It appeared to be Irving's phone. She recognized the graphics on the case. She tried to turn it on, but it wouldn't. "The battery's dead. How am I supposed to turn it on if the battery's dead? How am I supposed to confirm it was Irv's? You can take my word for it. If you said the sky was blue, I'd have to go out and check," she interrupted, overly loud. "With me, you lack the required crumb of integrity necessary for believing the simplest of facts coming out of your mouth." "Is this guy bothering you, Jess?" a booming voice said. A meaty hand slapped Smith's shoulder. Smith looked up at the speaker and shrunk a little from the huge man. "No, Billy. I can handle this federal gnat, should the need arise. But thanks anyway."